A sharp French defense Tarrasch variation Morozevich variation signals an aggressive start in Druzynowe Mistrzostwa Polski Ekstraliga 2025 round 2, with Tomczak taking on Bartel. On e4. On e6. On d4. On d5. Knight d to this position is typical of French defense Tarrasch variation Morozevich variation. Bishop e7. Think carefully what is the best move for Tomczak. Knight gf3 is a strong choice, since Knight f6. Bishop d3. On c5. On e5. Knight fd7. On c3 position is equal. Let's proceed to the main line. Bishop e7. Bishop d3. Time to think. Find the best continuation for Bartel. On c5 is a strong choice, since on e5. On takes d4. Knight gf3. Knight c6. Knight b3. Queen c7 position is equal. Let's explore the main game. Bishop d3. Slightly worse move played by Tomczak. Knight c6. Time to think. Find the best continuation for Tomczak. Knight gf3 is the right idea because on takes e4. Knight takes e4. Knight b4. Bishop e2. Knight f6. Knight takes f6. Check position is equal. Let's analyze the main variation. Knight c6. Slightly worse move played by Bartel. On e5. Slightly worse move played by Tomczak. Knight b4. Bishop e2. On c5. Do not rush. Can you find the strongest move for Tomczak? Knight gf3 is a strong choice, since Queen c7. King castled kingside. On takes d4. Knight takes d4. Queen takes e5. Bishop b5. Check. Tomczak have small advantage. Shifting to the main variation. On c5. On c3. Slightly worse move played by Tomczak. Threatening pawn takes b4. Knight c6 played by Bartel. Knight df3. Stop here and find the strongest move for Bartel. Bishop d7 is logical continuation as Knight h3. On takes d4. On takes d4. Queen a5. Check. King f1. Queen b6 position is equal. Let's go to the main variation. Knight df3. On takes d4. Slightly worse move played by Bartel. On takes d4. Time to think. Find the best continuation for Bartel. On f6 is the correct move because on a3. Queen c7. Knight h3. On takes e5. On takes e5. Knight takes e5 position is equal. Let's explore the main game. On takes d4. Queen a5. Check is not the best move played by Bartel. King f1. Do not rush. Can you find the strongest move for Bartel? On f6 is logical continuation as on h4. On takes e5. On takes e5. Knight h6. Bishop takes h6. Pawn takes h6 position is equal shifting to the main line. King f1, it is novelty move. Bishop d7, time to think, find the best continuation for Tomczak. Pawn g3 is a strong choice, since pawn f6, king g2, pawn takes e5, pawn takes e5, knight h6, bishop takes h6. Tomczak have small advantage. Let's proceed to the main variation. Bishop d7 is not the best move played by Bartel. On h4, do not rush. Can you find the strongest move for Bartel? Knight h6 is best move here because rook h3, queen b6, pawn b4, knight takes b4, rook b1, queen c7 position is equal shifting to the main variation. Pawn h4 is not the best move played by Tomczak. Pawn f6, stop here and find the strongest move for Tomczak. Rook h3 is the right idea because knight h6, pawn b4, queen takes b4, bishop takes h6, pawn takes h6, rook b1. Tomczak have small advantage. Let's proceed to the main game. Pawn f6, slightly worse move played by Bartel. Knight h3, pause the video and find the best move for Bartel. Knight h6 is logical continuation as bishop takes h6, pawn takes h6, pawn a3, pawn takes e5, pawn takes e5, queen b6 position is equal. Let's analyze the main variation. Knight h3 is not the best move played by Tomczak. Pawn takes e5, slightly worse move played by Bartel. Pawn takes e5, knight h6, bishop takes h6, pawn takes h6. Pause the video and find the best move for Tomczak. Pawn g3 is a strong choice, since king castled kingside, knight f4, rook f7, pawn a3, queen c7, rook c1. Tomczak have small advantage. Let's explore the main game. Pawn takes h6, queen c1, time to think, find the best continuation for Bartel. King castled queenside is best move here because pawn g3, king b8, queen takes h6, bishop f8, queen e3, pawn d4 position is equal. Let's proceed to the main game. Queen c1 is not the best move played by Tomczak. Queen b6 is not the best move played by Bartel. Queen takes h6. Queen takes b2. Queen h5 check. King d8. Threatening queen takes a1 check. Rook d1 played by Tomczak. King c7. Knight f4. Rook a f8. Threatening rook takes f4. Queen h6 played by Tomczak. Knight d8. Knight h5. King b8. Take a moment to spot the best move for Tomczak. On g3 is the correct move because knight c6, queen a3, knight f4, bishop b4, queen c2 position is equal. Let's analyze the main game. King b8, rook h3. Take a moment to spot the best move for Bartel. Bishop e8 is the right idea because knight f6, bishop takes f6, pawn takes f6, queen takes f6, queen e3, queen f4. Bartel have small advantage. Let's go to the main variation. Bartel is planning to play bishop e8, knight f6, bishop takes f6, pawn takes f6, rook takes f6, and increase their advantage significantly. Rook h3, slightly worse move played by Tomczak. Bishop a4 is not the best move played by Bartel. Threatening bishop takes d1. Queen d2 played by Tomczak. Threatening queen takes b2. Queen b6 played by Bartel. Rook c1. Bishop a3. Threatening bishop takes c1. Rook a1 played by Tomczak. Bishop c5. Threatening bishop takes f2. Bishop d3 played by Tomczak. Knight c6. Threatening knight takes e5. Rook b1 played by Tomczak. Queen c7. Stop here and find the strongest move for Tomczak. Knight f4 is the right idea because queen e7, rook g3, bishop b4, queen e3, bishop c5, queen d2 position is equal. Let's proceed to the main variation. Threatening rook takes b6. Queen c7 played by Bartel. Queen c3. Pause the video and find the best move for Bartel. Knight takes e5 is the correct move because queen takes e5. Queen takes e5. Knight takes e5. Rook takes f2 check. King e1. Rook takes g2. Bartel have small advantage. Let's proceed to the main variation. Threatening knight takes e5. Queen c3 is not the best move played by Tomczak. Threatening queen takes c5. Bishop b6 is not the best move played by Bartel. Rook g3. Rook f7. Pause the video and find the best move for Tomczak. Rook c1 is the correct move because knight takes e5. Queen takes c7 check. Rook takes c7. Rook takes c7. Bishop takes c7. Knight takes e5 position is equal. Let's explore the main game. Rook f7. Rook g4 is not the best move played by Tomczak. On d4. Take a moment to spot the best move for Tomczak. Queen c4 is the right idea because knight takes e5. Queen takes c7 check. Bishop takes c7. Knight takes e5. Bishop takes e5. Rook e4 position is equal. Let's analyze the main line. Tomczak's idea is to play rook takes a4, rook c8, knight f6, on a5, on g3, knight b4, queen takes c7 check, rook takes c7, bishop takes h7, rook c3, and establish a winning position. On d4 played by Bartel. Queen e1 time to think. Find the best continuation for Bartel. Rook takes f3 is the correct move because pawn takes f3. Knight takes e5. Bishop e4. Knight takes g4. Pawn takes g4. Rook d8. Bartel have small advantage. Let's proceed to the main line. Threatening pawn takes c3. Queen e1 severely weakens the position. Played by Tomczak. Rook hf8. Take a moment to spot the best move for Tomczak. Knight f6 is the right idea because knight takes e5. Queen takes e5. Rook takes f6. Queen takes c7 check. King takes c7. Rook b2 position is equal. Let's analyze the main game. Rook hf8 turns the tide in the opponent's favor. Played by Bartel. Rook c1 is an inaccurate played by Tomczak. Queen e7. Stop here and find the strongest move for Tomczak. Rook b1 is logical continuation as Queen a3, Queen e2, Knight b4, Bishop e4, Rook c8, King g1. Still Tomczak is losing. Let's explore the main variation. Queen e7. Knight f6 is a blunder. Played by Tomczak. Queen a3. Bishop c2. Time to think. Find the best continuation for Bartel. Bishop b5 check is a strong choice since King g1. Bishop a5. Queen d1. Knight takes e5. Knight takes e5. Rook takes f6. Bartel have small advantage. Shifting to the main variation. Bishop c2. Bishop a5 could lead to immediate trouble. Played by Bartel. Queen d1. Take a moment to spot the best move for Bartel. Knight takes e5 is the correct move because Knight takes e5. Rook takes f6. Bishop takes a4. Rook takes f2 check. King g1. Rook d2. Bartel have small advantage. Let's explore the main line. Threatening bishop takes e1. Queen d1 played by Tomczak. Bishop b5 check could lead to immediate trouble. Played by Bartel. King g1. Knight takes e5. Knight takes e5. Rook takes f6. Pause the video and find the best move for Tomczak. Bishop d3 is logical continuation as Bishop a4. Bishop c2. Rook takes f2. Bishop takes a4. Rook d2. Queen e1 still Tomczak is losing. Let's go to the main line. Rook takes f6. Rook g7 is a major oversight played by Tomczak. Rook takes f2. Bishop e4. Rook f1 check. King h2. Tomczak is aiming to play. Rook takes b7 check. King a8. Rook takes b5 mate and gain a significant edge. Queen takes c1 played by Bartel. Rook takes b7 check. King c8. Queen takes c1 check. Rook takes c1. Rook takes b5. Bishop c7. Pause the video and find the best move for Tomczak. On g3 is logical continuation as on a6. Bishop b7 check. King d8. Bishop takes a6. Rook c3. Bishop b7. Still Tomczak is losing. Shifting to the main variation. Bishop c7. King h3. Do not rush. Can you find the strongest move for Bartel? On a6 is logical continuation as Bishop b7 check. King d8. Bishop takes a6. Rook f5. On g3. Rook takes e5. Bartel have small advantage. Let's go to the main variation. King h3 loses position played by Tomczak. Bishop takes e5 is a blunder played by Bartel. Rook takes e5. Rook d8. Time to think. Find the best continuation for Tomczak. King h2 is best move here because on d3. Rook takes e6. On d2. Bishop f3. On promotes to queen at d1. Bishop takes d1. Still Tomczak is losing. Let's analyze the main line. Rook d8. Bishop takes h7 is a blunder played by Tomczak. On d3. Stop here and find the strongest move for Tomczak. Bishop takes d3 is a strong choice since Rook takes d3 check. On g3. King d7. Rook h5. King e7. Rook h7 check. Still Tomczak is losing. Let's explore the main variation. On d3. Bishop g6. Take a moment to spot the best move for Bartel. Rook g8 is logical continuation as King h2. Rook takes g6. Rook e4. On d2. Rook d4. On promotes to queen at d1. Bartel have small advantage. Let's explore the main variation. Bartel might go for on d2. Rook f5. On takes f5. Bishop takes f5 check. King b8. Bishop g4. Rook c3 check. King h2. Rook g8. Bishop h5 and establish a winning position. Bishop g6 turns the tide in the opponent's favor. Played by Tomczak. On d2 severely weakens the position. Played by Bartel. Bishop h5. Think carefully what is the best move for Bartel. Rook d5 is logical continuation as Rook takes d5. On takes d5. King g3. King d7. Bishop g4 check. King e7 Bartel have small advantage. Let's go to the main variation. Bartel wants to play Rook h1 check. King g3. Pawn promotes to Queen at d1. Rook c5 check. King b8 and increase their advantage significantly. Bishop h5 played by Tomczak. Rook h1 check is a critical mistake played by Bartel. King g3. Rook d5. Threatening rook takes e5. Rook takes d5 played by Tomczak. Pawn takes d5. Pause the video and find the best move for Tomczak. King f2 is a strong choice, since King d7. Pawn a4. Pawn promotes to rook at d1. Bishop takes d1. Rook takes d1. Pawn h5. Still Tomczak is losing. Let's explore the main line. Pawn takes d5. Bishop g4 check turns the tide in the opponent's favor. Played by Tomczak. King d8. Stop here and find the strongest move for Tomczak. Bishop e2 is the correct move because pawn promotes to rook at d1. Bishop takes d1. Rook takes d1. King f4. Rook h1. King f5. Still Tomczak is losing. Shifting to the main variation. King d8. Bartel considers playing. Pawn promotes to rook at d1. Bishop takes d1. Rook takes d1 and increase their advantage significantly. Pawn h5 could cost the game. Played by Tomczak. King e7. Tomczak had no choice but to throw in the towel.